Hi, I'm Kat, marketer turned brand storyteller.
And I'm Candice, educator turned entrepreneur.
And you're listening to
Not Nice, Clever.
We're two introverts who speak on stages around the country and work with top personal brands who also unapologetically require 24 to 48 hours of recovery time on the couch in our favorite sweats. All Netflix and no chill.
And to be clear, we're not quiet or nice. Together, we're redefining what it means to be an introvert who means business. It's time to show up and show off. Are you in?
In today's mini episode, we are giving the people what they want, or maybe we'll find out by sharing our initial thoughts, reactions, feelings, musings on Ryan Serhants' new show on Netflix, number 3 globally, called Owning Manhattan. So, if you've been a part of the Clever Crew for a while, you'll know that Candice and I met through working with Ryan. Honestly, one of the best benefits of working with him is being able to meet you and be in friendship with you.
Absolutely. We've met so many incredible people because of working with Ryan.
We have. He's a great connector. So today's mini is about our initial thoughts and reactions. So, I mean, there's like so many places to start. 8 episodes. I totally binged it. Will fell asleep on around like episode 5, 6. But Candice, well, first of all, did Dom watch it with you? And then also, what are your initial thoughts?
Yes. So what happened was it was Friday afternoon. I basically stopped work a little early, like around 3. And I was like, I'm just starting my binging right now. And Dom was landing in San Diego at 8, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So my binge was interrupted by having to pick my husband up from the airport.
Rude.
But I did that. And when he came back, I just started him off where I was.
In media res, just like straight in. Yeah.
Yeah, I just started off where I was. And then we were on the couch and I was starting to doze off. I was like, I'll watch the last 2 episodes tomorrow. And he was basically like, no, you won't. I'm invested now. And so we had to stay up and watch the last episodes together because he was so into it. But as you know, I love pretty much all of the
You
real
do.
estate.
That's where we're different there,
Yeah,
but I
and
love that you do.
I know. I watch all of them. I don't know what it is about them. I mean, I love real estate and I love people.
Yeah.
I love people watching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tell me you're an
Right?
introvert without telling me you're an introvert.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I get to do. It's like all my favorite things.
Mm-hmm. All in one, wrapped up in
Yep.
something that you can do on the couch in your sweatpants.
On the couch. Oh, so good.
So this was like an interesting experience for me because before working with Ryan and meeting you, Candice, when I interviewed for the role at his educational company that we both work with, I didn't know that it was owned by Ryan at the time. I learned that during the initial interview. And I was like, I don't want to work with celebrities. I've done that in Miami. It was like exhausting and crazy and egos and just all of that. And luckily, Raf, the performance marketing manager at the time, was like, no. Like yes, but like he's also a savvy businessman.
Yeah.
He also knows what he's talking about. And he's in practice and this and that. I was like, okay. Because the only way that I was peripherally aware of $1 Million Listing, which was Ryan's TV show on Bravo that he was a part of for 10 seasons. I have to remind myself, not everybody knows who he is, which is an odd, funny thing too. I only saw trailers for $1 Million Listing and would see him there because I loved Vanderpump Rules. That was that was my guilty pleasure. Never got into the real estate shows, but like Vanderpump Rules, yes, please. So the experience of watching Owning Manhattan this time around, because we know everybody that was on the cast to varying degrees, right? Trisha Lee is, oh my God, she's such a badass role model friend. She was on our podcast.
Y'all, we will link her episode in the show notes here because she is such a badass and we had her on, was it last year already?
It was
but
last
she
year.
Has such an amazing story.
Yeah.
And just watching her, I was like so proud just seeing her continuously growing and advocating for herself and what she wants.
Pitching herself.
Yeah.
And
so so cool.
I think it's going to be so important. Like go and listen to that episode because what I'll say is going to make more sense and it'll have more validity. Like a lot of the people on that show were themselves. Like the faces that Ryan makes in some of the scenes or like his reactions or how he talks. Candice, he makes those faces in meetings with us. I'm sure they fluffed up the drama in certain areas with certain storylines because it's Netflix. But on the whole, it was refreshing for me, kind of on the inside, but still the outside because I'm not a real estate agent and I don't subscribe to all those shows. It was super cool to watch him be mostly himself, like very much so.
Oh, yeah, Totally.
and like balancing all of that. And like, when Maggie decided to depart the brokerage and him talking with Alyssa and like, this is a crisis. And Alyssa's like, we got this. And I was like, I've been in those meetings.
Mhm.
Like they were like literally filming that
I
part, at least in my mind, in real time.
I loved the authenticity of Ryan knowing that he was going to feel the impact of Maggie
Yeah.
not being with him any longer, and like just pretty authentic and vulnerable, and like, dang, like I know that that was a loss for us. And Maggie has been on with us before on a call,
Yeah. We did a coffee chat
not a
with
podcast.
her.
Yeah, we did a
Hmm.
coffee chat with her, and she's amazing,
Yeah.
super talented and skillful.
Hmm.
And so I love to see that he is invested in his people, and he
Yeah.
also wants good things for Maggie no matter where Maggie is.
Hmm. And vice versa. Like that's the one thing that I've noticed, because it's so easy to fall into the cattiness and the fights and this and that for like the sake of notoriety and publicity. Like there are certain people doing that, and I totally get the play. But like it was super classy when I saw, because
Mhm.
Maggie and I are connected on Instagram. She was like, "Go watch the show. It was the most
Yeah,
difficult decision, but like we know how sometimes you make difficult decisions in the moment that feel good to have done it after the fact, and it's like that just is what it is." And so I loved that. I also loved seeing Kayla Lee, who is somebody else who we've done coffee chats with. She's just massive role model, class act, like so cool to see how she handles things and the care. And I love that it wasn't just a Ryan show, because it
right.
could have very easily
Yeah.
been.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it was great to see all different sides and kind of people coming into real estate at all different points in their careers and their life.
Yes.
I think that was really interesting. So I loved it. I'm probably going to rewatch because why not?
Yeah.
And it's been cool to just follow along on people's Instagram stories and like what they're
Hmm.
posting on TikTok and things like that. And it makes me want to go back and be like, ooh, did I miss that? I want to watch that part
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And there's also some cool memes coming out,
Oh my
which
God.
I'm like,
There's so many
ooh,
meme
I want to make
moments.
some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. I think I texted Ryan, like, I don't know, a couple days ago. I was like, I have it playing in the background on no mute, because I know that Netflix, the metric, by the way, guys, if anybody listening wants to support Ryan and this show, you need to play it continuously in binge format. Netflix doesn't give a fuck. If you played one episode, you took an hour break and then came back, you need to binge. You need to have that menu pop up saying, "Are you still watching?" And you're like, "Yep." Because that's how,
Don't ask again.
right?
Don't ask again.
Exactly.
I'm
Don't
watching.
ask
Yeah.
again. So I told him, I was like, having that, because I work from home, like I got back
Yeah.
from travel. I'm like lots of downtime. So I've just been having it play in the background.
Yeah.
Of course, now it's telling me to watch all of the real estate shows you love. And I'm like, nope, no, no, no. I'm like, I know I told Netflix I love this, but like, I love just this, like not everything else. So
I don't know. I don't know. You might want to branch out. I'm just
I
saying.
mean, maybe that'll be like my new wind down. We'll see.
I would say, okay, here's what I would do if I were you.
Okay, tell me.
I would go to the next one I would watch after this.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Owning Manhattan, number one.
Obvi.
But after that, I
Mm-hmm.
would say watch Buying Beverly Hills.
I feel like when we were in LA, you had me watch a couple of those episodes and you were giving me the lowdown on every single one of the
Oh
characters.
gosh. You know what? Because the different dynamic is that it's a family. And so there's
Mhm.
lots of other things going into play there,
Yeah.
which makes it really interesting to watch. So real estate, family drama,
Mm.
interesting.
Yeah. That was actually one, again, like initial reaction. And then I know we're going to do a full episode on this too, because there's just like so much to talk about. But I was surprised that Amelia and Xena weren't in it as much, right? Like I
You're
thought I
not the
was
only
going to
person who's
see
told me
them.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, people were a little bit surprised by that too.
Yeah.
And we would love to see a little bit more of that. But obviously, it's hard to decide like how much
Yeah.
of your personal life do you want to share.
Mm.
And as strategists, Kat and I are always encouraging people to share both personal and professional, but you always get to decide how much. And
Where
we
that
did get to
line
see,
is.
yeah, we did get to see them. And I think that that was probably enough. And we do get to see them on Ryan's Instagram all the
Yeah,
time,
that's
and
true.
we see their interactions. Even this weekend, he posted when he was so excited about being number
Oh,
3 in
I
just a few
know.
days.
And Xena was like,
Yeah, and
"That's
there was like
daddy." That
Xena was so excited to see him on TV,
that
and like
got
you
my
kind of got to see
heart.
like looked like it was the morning time. They're in their PJs still.
Yeah,
like,
Dadder Day. He does Dadder Day on
exactly.
Saturdays. Like,
Yeah. And so I think that everyone gets to choose how much they want to share. And I think that, it's always your prerogative.
your prerogative. I love it. Well, Clever Crew, stay tuned. We are going to be filming a full episode where we dive into a lot of different angles, not just like the tea or initial reaction. So
More like strategist.
yes.
But right now we're kind of like
we're just
in the
some
tea of it 'cause
girlfriends,
we were just exactly
catching up, chatting. You guys are just peeking in or listening in, which is all good. We love you, Clever Crew. Binge Netflix, Owning Manhattan. If you haven't already, support our guy, Ryan, and we'll catch you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us on Not Nice, Clever.
Remember to follow our podcast wherever you listen to audio.
And if you found today's episode valuable, please share it with your friends.
No gatekeeping here. Remember, we love to see our Clever Crew grow.
Signing off, you're not so nice, but oh so clever besties that mean business.
See you soon.